Ranked play is finally out, and you're probably wondering, like, how in the world do I even rank up? How do I improve? How do I get better? And today we're talking about how the pros and I actually get better in Call of Duty Vanguard. Like, when I go back and look at my gameplay from the past year or two, I cringe because I'm so much better today than I was even a year or two ago. And that's because of these methods and learning from how the pros learn Call of Duty. So without further ado, guys, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into this one. Let's go. All right, so at first we're gonna talk kind of about the approach, the mental approach and the things that you need to know going into when you play to really improve. Then we'll talk about some actual practice techniques as well to improve your games. So let's first talk about this mentality that you have to have. And I've talked about this before on the channel, but it's crucial that you go into when you're playing Call of Duty with a learning mentality. You play to learn, not to win. Hopefully you can win while you learn, but learning is what matters. And that's what's gonna help you improve the quickest. And there's actually had a really amazing conversation with Standy, who is on the Minnesota Rocker right now, a pro Call of Duty player. One of the best rookies last year. There was no official Rookie of the Year award, but it was either him or Insight who was going to win it. He had so much to say about the mentality that it took and the advantage that he had coming up through the challenger scene with a mentality of growth and improvement when playing. And I'll play a little bit of a clip for you right here because it is just so good.
I wasn't always the best, and I've lost to players that I'm way better than now.
That's wild.
Back in the day, they would beat me and smoke me, and then they would kind of use that against me and like try to put me down, I feel like, as another player. But they stayed at the same level while I kind of continued to, like, as the years go on, slowly improve. You gotta grow, like, and especially in everything, like sports. You see sports players grow, like anything. Like, it's all about the kind of growth you take and the steps you take to improve. But individually, I like to go back and just kind of look at my arrow and just kind of like see what I do on the map. Stuff that I feel like, oh, right here I could have been faster, or right here I could have been better. And then like also just like watching other pros. You can just copy stuff from pros all the time. And so I copy stuff from my enemies. If it works, it works. You know what I mean? The more I know, the better.
I mean, the mentality is awesome, and I highly recommend checking out that whole video because we talk about his path to go pro and what made him better at Call of Duty a lot throughout that video, and the steps that he did and the things that he did to improve. So I highly recommend checking out that conversation. But either way, that mentality is everything. And step one to improving in Call of Duty, dropping the ego, going into each game to learn and improve, and dialing in on the things that you can do better. So that's the next part, is you have to go into every single game with something to improve on or an idea of what you want to improve in. And so if you go into every single game that you play, pubs, ranked, shooting bots, whatever it is, you need to go in with an objective and something that you want to improve on and get better at. And so, for example, when I'm playing, or when I'm playing with the buddies or with the team, or if we're playing like GBs or something like that right now, the kill feed is everything for us. So we're really focusing on counting the kill feed, paying attention to the kill feed, reading the names and counting the kills, because Vanguard, I mean, rotations and understanding spawns in this game is all about keeping track of where the enemy is on the map, and the kill feed and counting the kills and the names of the people you're killing is crucial for that. So that's kind of one thing I'm personally working on. Or like, let's say you're trying to get better at recalling what the other team does in previous rounds of search and destroy, or you want to really focus on executing trades, or you want to focus on communication and the lines of sight and working on developing map control through your communication, whatever it is. You're trying to focus on one thing each game. A lot of times that could be centering, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later as well. All of these small things that are done, we talk about this a lot in other Learn from the Pros videos or other tips videos around the channel. I have a lot of tips videos on the channel, so I definitely recommend exploring some of those. But nonetheless, that's absolutely crucial and kind of step 101 to improving and getting better in Call of Duty, the mentality, and then setting an objective for every single game that you play. And actually, one interesting part of creating that plan would probably be the order in which you create that plan. What's always helped me a lot is really developing a plan of improvement. And so I'm actually writing out kind of my strategy for how I want to improve. So at first it was really nailing down my centering. Then it was improving my movement. And then it was improving my awareness and pace of play and being comfortable playing quickly. And so I'm working on all those things fundamentally and incrementally, and kind of building from the ground up on improving my Call of Duty play. Then you move into more of the counting the kill feed thing and game awareness and communication and positioning and overarching strategy. But you got to focus on those fundamentals first. nail those down, and then build your way up to the most important, biggest things in the game. All right, so the next two parts are crucial. And I mean, you gotta go back and watch some of your own film. So figure out a way to record your gameplay, whether you're playing on PlayStation or something like that. It's really easy. Just press the record button, record it in OBS, or you can stream it from your PlayStation and go back and watch VOD on Twitch or whatever it is. Film review and VOD session is crucial. So having that information down and dialing in on that and taking notes while watching the VOD and also after you're playing, like why not? If you notice something in the game, make a quick note of it and then you can go back and address those things later. Just anytime you have a thought about something that you could improve, make sure to write it down, address it, and really make a plan of attack to improve that area of your game. So those are really like the basics of how to actually improve by playing the game and going in with those types of things. But then there's the practice side of things and actually practicing some of these things inside of like bot lobbies or on your own and how you want to improve. So obviously you can just play pubs. And again, like I said, if you're gonna play pubs, go in with an idea of what you want to improve on. And generally what I'm doing is I'm trying to get comfortable at working on the minimap and minimap awareness and reacting to the minimap, as well as centering and movement, kind of those combination of three things when I'm playing pubs. So I'm always focusing on those things and focusing on fine tuning my centering, working on my anticipation, and really visualizing where I'm going to aim next on the map. And you can also do that in bot lobbies as well. So it's really important to go in with that and really intentionally practice even when playing pubs if you want to see the fastest amount of growth in your game specifically and level up the quickest inside of ranked play specifically. So inside of bot lobbies specifically, generally I'm really trying to push the pace. And so my biggest thing for me is I'm trying to speed up how quickly I can process information. And so I have some videos about drills specifically that I do inside of pubs, which I did back in Cold War, a video about that. And maybe I'll make another one for Vanguard specifically. So really while shooting bots, there's different sessions for what I'm working on. So sometimes I'm specifically working on recoil control and centering and really working on being accurate with the MP40 or hitting my shots with the automaton or whatever it is. And centering is the focal point of those types of exercises. So obviously with centering, I have some videos back in Cold War on centering specifically. If you don't know what centering is, it's basically anticipating where the enemy is going to be and making sure the middle of your screen, the little dot in the middle of your screen, is already pointed at where the enemy is most likely to be when you're coming around a corner or going or moving or wherever you are, wherever you're looking. It's where the enemy should most likely to be next. A mental thing, but also B, just getting used to centering on the edges of corners and getting used to coming around a corner and already have your gun centered on where the enemy could most likely be. So let's picture Tuscan. You're on Z in Tuscan. You're on offense, insertion, destroy. You have an automaton out and you're trying to slide out on Tuscan and you're pre-aiming top sandbags on top church, or the church window. You're literally already aiming there before you slide out. So I'm working on that type of stuff constantly while in bot lobbies. And so it's a little mix of movement, aim, pace of play, mental processing, minimap awareness, all of those things I'm working on and aware of while shooting bots. And there's also specific movements or slide cancels that I'm working on in the game all the time. So like head glitches that are always part of the game. It's like on Tuscan, pillar out towards A-bomb. Like people are always having to slide onto that and then gunning it with the head glitch there. So you're working on pre-aiming and sliding out and getting used to those angles and sliding out to pre-aim like the Godheady inside mid there on you. So there's just different types of situations you're trying to work on and pre-aim and create and get better at. And all of that can be done inside bot lobbies. And then once in a while, I'll snipe and switch it up and use that as my practice for centering and getting used to how sniping works in this game. And I snipe once in a while in Search and Destroy as well. So I'm switching up which guns I'm using. I'm switching up maybe the maps I play on and getting used to shooting bots on all the competitive maps. And then you can use that as getting used to movement and weird angles and spots and always exploring different types of movements on those maps while shooting bots. And so there's all of these different intentional things that you can do to practice inside a bot lobby. And that's actually where I've seen my biggest improvement as a player over the past 2 years, is literally shooting bots by myself, listening to a podcast. So you can definitely use your time really effectively to improve. And then when you pair that with going into games and then also with ranked play now, I think we're gonna see people improve really, really quickly and fly up the leaderboards towards challengers, the top 250. No doubt about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A lot more coming down the barrel here. Here's a pro loadouts video if you haven't already watched it. Highly recommend it. And there's a lot of other tips videos on this channel specifically that you can check out as well. So we'll talk to you guys very soon. But as always, I'm SalvationsElite. We'll see you next time. I'm out.